Unacceptable performance yesterday against Arsenal, and massive disappointment. All Spurs fans watching that. Many expected a beating. Many expected to lose the game, but to lose it in that way is unacceptable in a derby. Following up that awful performance against Chelsea as well. Where does the blame lie? The fan base are divided. Many will say Frank is too negative, he's too pragmatic. Many will say we just don't have the quality of player. Both things can be true. But if we look at the game specifically yesterday, um, Frank went to a back three, but it wasn't. It was a back five. We weren't playing with wing backs, and so we couldn't progress the ball. The midfield wasn't enough attacking players there. He didn't play Xavi, he didn't play Mawani. Fair enough, Mawani might he's got that injury to his jaw, but there was options, and Frank chose to play ultra defensive. And fair enough, you've got to be defensive in the game. You've got to be organised. You've got to sit back away from home and soak up pressure. But you've got to have something going down the other end, and that was a massive problem yesterday with how Frank set up the team. In my opinion, is that he did not have any plan of how we would progress the ball, how we would create chances. We literally did nothing the whole match, and it was unfair on the players to be set up in that system. Yes, the questionable defending for the goals. Frank can't take responsibility on the individual errors from not winning tackles, letting Eze just run through us. But and then the other argument is, well, you know, Frank, these players, what they're supposed to do when they're just told to sit back and not go forward, and pressure throughout the match from Arsenal. They were gonna score at some point, right? They were gonna break through, and they did, and we made them look like superstars, didn't we? We made them look like they were some fantastic footballing team. When Arsenal this season have relied on set pieces and their defensive structure to win them games and the moments of quality, but yesterday Arsenal just completely overrun us, outclassed us. It was embarrassing stuff to watch, and it it really hurts as a Spurs fan to see your side so pathetic. How we set up, and how we didn't kind of deliver any type of performance in a derby. It was shocking. It was shockingly bad, and obviously you will lose games. Spurs will lose games, but it's the manner how we lost the game. The whole thing was a mess, a sham, a joke, and you're just left feeling of just you're going out your mind. Fat Spurs fans are going out their mind. We're not happy. Football is dreadful right now. Can't win at home. What's the answer? Buy better players. Look, if you can think back now, remember when Pochettino played Klopp and we beat them at Wembley 4-1. Do you remember that? And then obviously the Liverpool board, realised what they needed to do, and they went out and bought some top players in positions they needed so Klopp could play his system. But a difference there is Klopp always had an identity. He always had a style of how he wanted to play. In the early days, it wasn't coming off, was it? Because he didn't have the players. And then we can say, well, Frank hasn't got the quality of players. But what is Frank's identity? What is his style of play? We're not seeing any style of play other than try and sit back. There's nothing going at the other end. Yes, we need better players. Of course, we do longer term. But we're not showing anything in the attacking third at home, especially. And obviously, that match highlighted how awful we are yesterday against Arsenal. And yes, you can question the quality players against Arsenal because when you play against good sides, you get turned over, and that quality difference will show. When you haven't got a progressive ball playing midfielder, you're really going to feel it when you play these games. But saying that, we've been outplayed by Monaco, we've been outplayed by Bodo, and these players couldn't even do it in those games. There's been many a games, Wolves at home, outplayed in the second half. Are you telling me that these players are not better than the likes of Wolves? They are. And then you look back at the manager and how he sets up. It's one big mess right now. Look, Frank, people are calling for Frank's head. Frank is not going anywhere. We know this. He's going to be given time. It's going to be a it's going to be a meltdown coming up till Christmas. We're going to get more defeats. We're going to get outplayed. There's going to be so many questions around the manager, around the quality of players. And look, it's kind of hang in there and see what happens. It's not good, guys. It's not. The blame is lying in so many different areas. The Levy legacy, this is what Levy's left us. The squad he's given us, given Frank to deal with. Frank's trying to pick up a mess from last season under Ange, finishing 17th as he pointed towards. And then Frank is also going on about that Spurs did not show enough aggression yesterday against Arsenal. Doesn't matter what system you play, the basic aggression, being competitive, winning the 50-50s was not there. The players look shot. The players look nervous. The players look like they just don't know how to play a game. They're just awful. They're better than this. They are. I'm convinced. Yes, we need better players, but when the thing is, what makes it so much worse is when you do play good sides, you're going to get found out. And that beating was on its way, and it happened, and it hurts. It really does. But I just we're going to have to let this all play out. Frank will be given time. That word patience. And the problem is with patience, the fan base, 25 years of patience has run out for many, many fans. The more calmer fans will think, well, this is just Spurs for you. They're never going to change. This is what we've been given for so many years, year in, year out, underperforming, losing badly, getting smashed by your rivals. This is Tottenham. What's new? This is what we do. And I get that argument as well. But, Frank has got to do something. He's got to work on something. He's got to get to grips with it. He's far too defensive and a negative as a manager at what we've seen so far. He's got to get to grips with this team and get some better performances and work on that attacking style of play until we can get to January and sign. And the board, we need massive investment in January. We need to sign 2 top players, not average players, not players with potential. The board have got to deliver Frank some signings. Injuries, getting some injuries back, finding a system that works. Frank's got to stick to a style of play. What does he want this Tottenham team to look like? He talks about we're going to be brave, we're going to play on the front foot, we're going to play, risk? What did he say? If you don't take risks, that's a risk. We're not seeing that right now. The whole thing is a bit of a mess, and it's hard. It's a hard watch for Spurs fans. It's hard to go through these horrible defeats. And look, I don't have the answers. It's just my opinions. Guys, leave your thoughts. Drop us your comments as you do. Smash the like button. And as always, come on, you Spurs.